Hey guys, this is CrapHunter and welcome to another GDT video. Today we're going to be making a video on ArmA 3. Woo! Today on September 12th, 2013, ArmA 3 has been released and it's good. It's good, yeah, it's good. It's just a couple of things. Well, okay. ArmA 3 for a long time, if you're an ArmA 3 fan, has been... Well, it's been in beta and alpha phase, but alpha to beta phases for a long time. So now it's finally released with an somewhat anticlimactic release day. And unfortunately, the release day isn't exactly going too well for them because sadly, a fair amount of people already are complaining heresly, like, you know, now the price tag has gone from 26 to 40 quid. Many people are stating that this game is half finished, it's not fully completed, and a variety of things. And unfortunately, a fair amount of them are right, mainly because the campaign isn't available. I shit you not, the campaign is not available. It's going to be available in October, so a couple of weeks to go, and then we'll be able to get a campaign. But this is the first time I've ever got a game where the campaign, which originally was supposed to have a campaign, but somehow doesn't. I don't know why that is. I don't know why you'd have to download a campaign as DLC, but that's how it goes. This is very much it's not well, I say it's not buggy. I'm not an expert in computers, so unfortunately I can't give you the codic style. But to the usual ArmA 2 players out there who've downloaded a few mods, they know roughly how it goes, but they're more in it for the gameplay. The campaign is not available. There is multiplayer, and I'm certain that within a few days of this game's release, a fair amount of modders will try and cobble something together to try and finish this game as best as they can. Because that's the kind of feeling this game has kind of given me. I mean, I've given it a few minutes. I've made a test mission to show you all the fancy pants stuff. But generally speaking, the content in this game makes the game feel like it's still not quite done. Like, it's done, and there's a fair amount of stuff to do, but for some reason, it's just not entirely there yet. The testing phase for this game, I bought the game for 20 quid when the game was in its alpha phase, and I quite enjoyed it. First few times playing it, I really enjoyed it, and because it was alpha, there was definitely a few things that were missing. But then all of a sudden, when it came to the beta phase, I was expecting a hell of a lot more, or at least some extra cool stuff, and it wasn't the case. I mean, it recently released its big map, but then by that point, it was about a week before the game was due to be released. So I held off installing the game until it came out. And when it came out, I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of disappointed in the game. I mean, I don't hate it. It's a great game, you know, it's fun to play. Get on multiplayer, I'm sure you'll have some fun times, but it doesn't feel quite right. And I've played Operation Flashpoint for a good portion of a year. In fact, I think I've lost a year of my life to Operation Flashpoint. Definitely lost a couple of years of my life to ArmA 2. Definitely played ArmA 2 to a lot. So I know what I'm talking about in a sense when it comes to quality and that kind of feeling when you're playing ArmA. So what is new? What is new about ArmA 3? Well, let's have a look. I've created a scenario in an editor because multiplayer probably has got a fair amount of other things, but I've created a scenario in editor to highlight this. This is the island of Altis. That isn't a mountain. I was severely disappointed when I saw that, and that cloud doesn't actually cover up that part of the island. It's just a cloud. Just imagine it's it's not a cloud. That isn't a mountain though, I'm not happy with that. So, that was a quick load. So anyway, this is the island of Altus. This is the main island for which those two photographers were locked up for, because don't forget they had a problem with that. I think that's part of the reason why. But anyway, so as you can see, the island is kind of weird looking without the textures, but let's get the textures going. Bomb, biddy, bomb, bomb. And there you go. I'm not exactly sure what that is. It could be a salt flat, but I've not really seen a salt flat before, so I wouldn't be able to tell you if it was. This island has 5 airstrips. I did count. 1 major load line, which leads us all around the island. It takes us to many fancy pants locations. I'm just going to kill the texture streets. So as you can see, there's this one main road leading from one half of the island to the other. Then you've got a variety of stuff up north over here. Then you can go down south. There's a separate island filled with mountains. Then you've got a nice settlement of Chalcatira, which has a nice main road heading down to the capital. Well, I don't actually know where the capital is of this place. This is I believe, a real life Greek island, but I don't know where the capital is. I'm assuming that's the capital. just a hunch tells me that's the capital. So as you could see, there's a fair amount of. This is a very big island, but it's not Chernogorsk. I'm sorry, it's not Chernogorsk. I love Chernogorsk. I don't know why, but that setting I prefer over this one. Just gonna say it there. I prefer Chernogorsk. I'm hoping they actually bring Chernogorsk to the game. Like when they put the maps on, and I've got an I-44 on this game, I will play this to death. I swear. There is the main airbase. You've got a military, you've got a terminal, and you've got an airbase. All these combined. Oh, whoa! That's like I'm gonna call you the Sunflower Defense. That is known as the Sunflower. I'm sorry, Mr. Greek people. You look like a twat with that army. Seriously. Military hard man with all sorts of guns. That looks like a flower. Sorry, I don't mean any disrespect, but these guys cannot look hard to save their life. Anyway, so let's go to my my mission. So where's my load button? There's my load button. There's the test mission. One of the things I find to be my least favourite of this game, though, is the fact of its weapons. Now, in ArmA 3, we're set in the future. If we can have a look at advanced intel, there you go. The year is 2035. You have the options of setting it way back down to 2004, 3, 4, 2000. Doesn't actually change anything, and you can go to 2050. So just a few years before Minority Report. But we'll be normal and set it down to 2013, even though this has no influence whatsoever. You've got the usual system. You've got independence being friendly. You have a little bit more details though with the with this sort of thing. And if you want to make it more advanced, by all means, you can change the forecasting. Rain is apparently set to auto, but I imagine you can change that. Oh, you can actually click on manual. So there you go. If you want to manually set it, you can. If you can't, fair enough. Overcast, I'm just going to have it to 0. It's going to be a nice, hot, sunny day in the middle of the day. It's going to be lovely. No one's going to blow up. And yeah, generally speaking, you can do that. You can set the direction of the wind, which kind of is quite cool in aspects. That's quite cool. I like that. Okay, so we've got that. We've also got, if you are a bit more, if you kind of can't be asked, you can set it up to be quite simple, either cloudy, overcasty, rainy, or thundery. You can also change the settings of the layout. This is the traditional version because I've utilized this in ArmA 2 a lot, but you can choose to have a more streamlined thing. So if you want to try something like that, feel free to click on it to see how it feels. You'll have to restart your editor, but yeah, feel free to check it out in that respect. But another thing which is puzzling is you've got all these other fancy pants viewers. You've also got that as well. This is handy, but this is kind of that message coming back saying, we haven't finished it quite. Could the modders do it for us? We can't be asked. So there's that feeling coming back to me again about that. But who knows? Well, I might be wrong, might not be. Who knows? We've also got the IDs, so if you want to have like shit tons of data in your face, then there you go. Shit tons of data in your face! Ah! All these numbers! If you don't like that, you can just click on the textures, which gives it a realistic look. But the problem is, if you haven't got a good computer like myself, it lags it like a bitch. It's like, oh, these details, so demanding! Ah! Anyway, so you just set it like that. I will note my computer isn't as good as anyone else's, so it might not produce the highest quality graphics, but I've hopefully been able to hit the sweet spot. So let's preview this game, and hopefully it won't take forever to load. If it starts taking forever, I will just stop recording and then I'll continue recording afterwards. So yeah, Zaros is often called the Pine City. I'll have to look out for that one. Plenty of sun makes Altis a dull boy. There we go. So here I am on Altis. I am It's very quiet. I just realised I've just... No! What happened? Oh, thank God. I just realised it's very quiet because I turned everything down. So I'm going to put the music back up. I might put the music and stuff down to here. I just wanted to have it so we couldn't have a loud music booming in the background. There we go. There we go. Right, so here I am. I am an American soldier. You can tell by the very weird looking green armband. Utilizing what I can only describe as the most ugliest machine gun I have ever seen. It is all plastic, it is all ghastly, and I don't like it. It's all futuristic, though it has got a nice sound to it. It has two settings of fire, semi and full auto. Though it doesn't really sound natural, does it? It kind of sounds like I'm just throwing... I don't know, it just doesn't seem like a machine gun to me. Now, I have set up a variety of vehicles, all of which have their own sort of thing. So, first of all, this is one of the transport vehicles. It looks like a Scud launcher. There we go. So there's one of these vehicles. It looks a bit weird, but oh well. It's also known as a Hemtet. Okay. This is one of the Jeeps that appeared in the Alpha, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, the Hunter. So this is basically your equivalent of a Humvee in the future. Looks dumb. This is the only jet that you can see in the game thus far. This is a vanilla jet with some very weird, with some nice looking camo. I like this because it's old-fashioned, and I am old-fashioned. So the gun's just coming to club me. So yeah, I like it. It's got... you have two variants of this jet. One which is focused on anti-air. This one focuses on the ground because of its bombs. And as you can see, if you are really desperate to figure out where the bombs go, that little pointer tells you where, which is nice. I like that. I like how that... there. Oh yeah, there's the Greek people, because I got some fuel trucks down there that I will shoot at with rocket launchers. And I just didn't want to shoot them because they would shoot back at me. Because, you know, fried corpses can shoot back. This is the enemy vehicle. This is the Ifrit HMG. This is once again another very weird looking vehicle. It utilizes a very tall suspension, and it is used for transporting a few people. If we get inside the car thingy, then I become a gunner. It utilizes a very cool system down below. As you can see, I'm currently aiming with... if I want to look, I can just press the Alt button twice, and I'm looking around. Not much by though. So anyway, as you can see, I'm utilizing an infrared sensor, if I can find those Greek people. Here I am again in the actual thing. If I'm aiming, there is one version of infrared, which is blinding. This is another version of infrared, which allows me to spot those Greeky people. So there's the Greeks. They're running for their lives. And as you can see, because of their heat, they are white. So if I just go back to normal, and if I just clicked again, that makes it like that, whereas that is like that now. So anything that's hot, I think even the engine, if you leave the engine running, actually detects. So that's kind of cool. But in all essence, still an ugly thing. This is... right, okay, before I look at that, right, this is the Comanche. This is basically the Americans' attack helicopter. It's a fancy-pantsy one because it hides its weapons inside a canopy. So if I just get into the pilot and try setting this thing up, there is me inside this helicopter. It might be a little bit loud, right? So I'll take this thing off and then put it back down again. Come on, take off. Auto hover on. Right, so as you can see... I didn't mean to do that. Right, as you can see, the gear goes up. And you'll fire. Come on, weapons. Weapons. There you go. So as you can see, the weapons come out like so. And you've got a variety of missiles. You've got rockets and you've got AA missiles. So now I'm just going to cancel manual fire, and I'm just going to take this thing down a notch. That goes down. Stay low, helicopter blades can chop your head off. Right, so there's the American. Actually, this is kind of handy now because there's the American helicopter with its 30 caliber machine gun, or 30 mil machine gun and powerful rockets and a few missiles. There's the Russian one. There's the one that says, if you are seriously considering attacking me, I will make your day go very badly, very fast. This is basically another variant of the Hind, a futuristic one. Yeah. There's the Americans. There's the Russians. Tell me, which one are you more frightened of? I can tell for a fact it won't be that one. Anyway, so there's the Russian ones. You actually have a different camouflage. There's the black one, which looks like a boss. And there's this one, which is awesome. This looks cool. It also can transport troops. So, like the previous Hind, it basically kicks ass and drops troops off to kick more ass. Yeah, the Comanche looks shit now, I can tell. Here is the equivalent American the Black Hawk. If you guys don't know what this one is, this is actually the one that they used to kill off Osama bin Laden, and very famously crashed it in Pakistan. It's like £22 million worth of helicopter, and in the first 5 minutes crashes into the compound on a stealth mission. This one has retractable gears like a plane. You have the option of transporting a few people. This isn't a Chinook though, so it won't be able to transport much, but you do get the same kind of armaments like you would on Black Hawk like that. So there you go, there's a fancy pants, and there's a black one. Right, now we're going to start entering a really weird terrain. This is where we start bumping into weirdish looking vehicles. First of all, there is this vehicle. It is the Zeus Tigris. You're a really unfit soldier. I'm sorry, but you are really crap. This is the Tigris, which I can only assume is an anti-aircraft vehicle. This is the T-100, which looks like a normal tank to me, and I like that. It looks like a nice tank. Yeah, the T-100 Varsuk. Okay. It utilizes a big gun, but looks like a normal tank, so I'm not going to complain. Let's get inside of it. What's the caliber? 120 millimeters. That's lovely. And this looks like a normal tank as well, which is fantastic because now this means save fuel. That's a normal tank. Why is it now in this game the enemies have the better looking vehicles? And the reason why I say that is because of this. Right, there's another Vostok, is it, or is that an allied one now? Right, now this is the Cheetah. This is basically the American equivalent, practically the same thing. This is the Panther. This is basically a transport vehicle. This is your new M113. It's got a weird looking gun on the top, which is radio controlled. You've got a commander cupola, and it's angled armor, though not much. Let's have a look at what you can get inside the back. So we're soldiers. Gets inside. It can transport 8 soldiers, maybe. Yeah, 8 soldiers. And it's got a lovely TV screen with Sky in it. So if you get bored whilst transporting to battle, you can watch the sports. Right, now here's a weird one, right? Here's the M2A1 Slammer, the American tank, which has the same gun, has a coax machine gun as well, is basically your American Abrams in another form. But here's the weirdest aspect. You can ride in the back of this thing. There you go. 6 people, 1 tank. Why would you need... And it's got Sky remotes as well. Why would you need to have... Come on, Mr. Fidget. Why would you need to have people riding in a main battle tank? That just sounds stupid. Oh well. Anyway, so then you've got your Sherman Calliope. No, you've got an M5, what's it called? Sandstorm. Okay. They have very strange names. Just call it a big rocket launcher. That will do it fair enough. Then you've got the enemy equivalent of a transport vehicle, which looks a lot more normal if you ask me. This one, ooh, you can actually see the insides. That's cool. Well, roughly the insides. So there's the enemy equivalent of a transport vehicle. So, Yeah, this is very weird. Yeah. Yeah, they are very weird in this one. Anyway, I'll cut recording till we get to the launches because that'll take a while. Ah, I almost forgot. This is some of the civilian vehicles you can have. There you go. I might as well drive one of these things to save time. So there you go. There is one of those civilian-looking vehicles. You could say it's normal, but it probably isn't. Let's get into a nice fancy pants car with a glass roof because that's intelligent. Look, you can have him turn now. It used to just be that the wheels would turn and the guy would just stand there like a mime. But now you can actually use the mirrors as well, which is nice. So you can drive a car really well. There is another SUV. It's copying us. Blah. There you go, physics for you. That's another big thing I should have mentioned. This game has physics. I'll show you. Right, let's try again. This time let's not fail. So I'm going to try and drive round. Ramming speed. Smash. So there you go. I did enough damage to it that I actually was able to knock its wheels off, which is fantastic. And I knocked my own wheels off, which is even more fantastic. So there you go. There's some of the vehicles for you. And up ahead are some targets. So let's have a look-see. So let's have a look at the Americans' weapons first. Inventory. And the other big difference, of course, now is the variety in weapons you've got. This is some of the basic weapons, but if you want to have further details, feel free to check out some other things. But this so far is the MX. I've no idea what it stands for. I wished it was RS, because then I could say really shit. The only thing in this gun selection that I like the look of is actually this weapon. The Vermin, or Vector, as it should be known as. In this though, what you can do is you can pick up a magazine and you can literally click and drag into your selection. Bob's your uncle, sorted. Now I have one magazine's worth of that. I believe I put some ammunition somewhere. There it is, some basic ammunition. So what I can do now is I can pick up some vermin rags, or you can just click, you can just double click as well and just do this. Nope, you can't. There you go. So you'll have to just manually click and drag it to your inventory, but it's cool. And as you can see, I am getting, there's a little bar going along, that orangey bar. That basically means I'm running out of room there. So how many mags of the pistol? Oh, well, I'll need some more, so bomb. So now I've got a few magazines of the pistol. And one of the cooler aspects of this though is this game is now you can actually customize the look of your gun. Now I don't know how to find the customization options yet, so unfortunately can you get some here? No, you can't. Right, okay. Well, unfortunately, I can't find some at the moment. But in multiplayer, what you can do is you can add a whole bunch of stuff. You can add scopes onto the site, onto the rails of this thing. You can have lasers, flashlights, not killing lasers, pointy red dot lasers. You can also attach... Hang on, let me just go find the weapons again. If you can attach, with the MX, you can give it a grenade launcher. No, there's like a different variant, but there are some which have different variants to it. There's that one, I think. That's the one I have. So you can attach a sniper rifle scope to that, a laser sight to that. Really cool stuff like that, which works, you know, I quite like the look of. Oh, and by the way, G is not for gear. Don't press G if you're expecting to get gear. Press I. It's now inventory, not gear. Don't ever try thinking that G is gear again. So one more thing. Remember, the biggest lesson of all. G is not gear. Anyway, so let's have a look at the Tech. I'm going to call them the cassette because that's how it looks like in the game. So they get some old-fashioned weapons, which actually looks better. My favourite of which is this little thing. Well, actually, no, let's pick up their traditional weapon. This is the thing that most of the enemy soldiers will carry. It's a nice gun because it looks it's metal and it's got something. So caseless mag, I'm going to assume that basically means it's a bullpup design. There you go. 30 rounds. Load up. So much better. So much better. You know what? I might just kill cassette people and just nick their weapons whenever I get the chance because they have clearly better weapons than the Americans. You also get the Zafar. Not, you know, not Jafar. Zafar. There's some imaginary reloading. But this gun is so worth it. Oh, come on. You've already got ammunition. There you go. See? More rounds. Bob's your uncle. Feuerschuss. You can actually have the option of setting this to semi before I fire. There's semi. Though why you would want to do something with this, I don't know. Whereas if you're a man, you do it like this. I love this gun. I love it. Why do the Americans have shit weapons? I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to call this the God Gun, not Zafira. Anyway, so like I said, you also have the option of getting a Sting, which is basically their equivalent of the score of the Vector. Where is it? Is it Vermin? Well, we'll no, not Vermin. 16 round? No. Yes, there we go. 1, 2. Come on, pick it up. 130 round mag. So there's their equivalent. So now I've got this, which actually does a burst. Does that as well, and it also has a really fancy magazine style if you want to have a look at the magazine. Unfortunately, he's covering it with his glove, but normally you can see in some aspects the bullets going up, which is really cool. I like that. So there's their weapons. Now finally, we'll have a look at the AFF. These are the Greek people on this island. And what weapons do they have? Oh yes, you have pistols. I will go back and test the other pistols for you, don't worry. We just want to get the main ones out of the way. So they get a Mark IIc, which is a little bit confusing, but I'm assuming the Mark IIc is, hang on, let's have a look-see, stand 30 round mag. There you go. Right, okay, so we're going to assume that this is basically the equivalent. Let's go get that one out now. So here's the camo one, and I'm assuming it's like I think this is an F2000, if I'm not mistaken. Whatever. This thing, this is the cool thing, right? In my inventory, I actually have this as a thing on top. So if I wanted to remove that, I could put it in my inventory, and now I no longer have a red dot sight. But if you have a red dot sight, and this is the cool thing, because in some game types, like domination mode, you can actually save your gear. So basically, if you wanted to, you could put that on there, and Bob's your uncle, now I've got a red dot sight. But if you're a little bit more old-fashioned, you don't like stuff like that, then you can take it off, put an original scope on, and there you go, I've got the iron sights. This is a really cool feature. I would say this is the coolest feature of the game so far. Bit bad if that's the only thing that you like and not about. But no, we'll go on. So this is the other gun, which is quite nice. This is their equivalent of the machine gun, or it is a machine gun. He's just doing an imaginary reload. Right, do I have 2 rounds? Yes, I have basically the saw with what looks to be shotgun pellets, but they're actually bullets. Let's see how this one sounds. Oh yeah, by the way, this thing doesn't have a setting. It's full auto all the way. It may have 200 rounds, and may have no other settings, but it is no Zafar gun. It's no Zafar gun. So anyway, like I said earlier, there are also, I think, it also has its own variant of this, which is which I believe it's that one actually. Yes, it has its own equivalent of a submachine gun, which is actually an M7, which is quite nice. I think it has got 1 mag. Well, actually, that's it. I've got it as well. It's basically going to steal ammunition from your pistol, so watch out. Yeah, so this is the M7 with a very, very big looking red dot sight, which is from ArmA 2. That's awesome. So I've got the option to get rid of the thing. So for example, Mark 17 hollow sight, I don't need that. I just want my iron sights. Bob's your uncle, sorted. You have the option of single fire, just burst fire, though you can't actually hear it. And finally, you've got full auto. I like these semi-automatic rifle, submachine guns. There we go. Okay, so there are the offensive weapons you've got. Now let's have a look at the pistols. This is the American weapon. This is the P07, or as I say, the Walther PPK, because it looks rather similar to the Walther PPK. It has 16 rounds in a magazine, 9mm. Rather nice firing rates. Last desperate weapon. Pistols don't do as much damage as you think they do, so don't rely on this a lot. Just rely on this a bit. Then we'll actually save that for last because that looks to be my favourite one of the lot. So let's go to the cassette where people, you see, cassette. And I'm going to put the Rook 40. Same caliber, so we don't have to worry about mag changes. And once again, the the cassette people know what they're doing. This gun looks quite beastly. It looks very nice. Let's see how she sounds. This is a very good pistol. What is wrong with you, America? Did you just die and give up on weapons? Jeez. Anyway, so there's the Rook 40, better than the Americans. The inventory for the Greeks, I freaking love because they've got a Colt 45. They are such legendary people. There you go, 45 caliber, nothing to go wrong with there. The Greeks have got it right with pistols. 45 caliber, it's 9 rounds. Doesn't sound much, but think about it. 45 will do damage. I think also this has a laser on it. I think you can put stuff on this. There you can see. You can put a silencer, a laser, and a scope. But why would you put a scope on a pistol unless you're that bad of an aim? So there you go. Pistols. They're awesome. Now we go to the launchers. Now the launchers are different. We've got us a variety of things. We've got a Titan, which is quite big, or an RPG. Now, because we're running out of time, I'm just going to highlight the American stuff because I think I've only used it once. The Americans get it right because they don't get it right at all. They should have had a javelin. We'll use this thing because this is like a one-shot, one-kill sort of thing. So, there it is. Please have ammunition for it. Oh, come on, you stupid American bullcrap. Okay, hang on. Let me just get this PRC. Boom. So, there you go. Got a missile. Thump. Right, let's target some people, shall we? I'm probably gonna miss. No, you don't. Oh, you stupid bloody person. Right, anyway. Oh, this is one of those guided ones. I see. Ah, right, okay, so it's guided now. So if I wanted to, I could target that. So let's fire. It's gonna be loud. Boom! So there is the destruction of the Jeep, the rather shitty looking futuristic Jeep. Let's go back and get some ammunition. So let's get more. And let's get another one just in case. No? Okay, there's only one. There's only room for one. Okay, so let's round things off now. So there is ArmA 3 for you. Hope you've enjoyed. It's quite a different game than I hoped it would be. It's not terrible, but it isn't perfect. And it's a shame because I liked it. It's a shame because I liked the original. Yeah, I liked the originals, and I found that... Right, we'll just go for that one. Not that one, but that one. I find it's a shame because it's a good game. I reckon in multiplayer it's going to be quite fun, but it's still kind of unfinished yet. There's certain aspects of this game. The butterfly frightens me. So he's ready for his attack run now. Oh no, he's landed. So anyway, yeah, so if you guys like this kind of game, feel free to get it. Unfortunately, now it's up to 40 quid, so I would highly recommend you guys wait a couple of weeks, maybe till Christmas, when the Steam Christmas sale comes along. Pick up this game. Also, then that way, it's already received its first batch of the campaign episodes. And yeah, that's about it, really. So let's just set fire to the rain with this fuel truck. Come on, there we go. No, don't target. Right, okay. No, stop untargeting things. Right, sod it. 3. Come on. You want to target. Stupid poxy thing. There we go. Why are you no lock? Oh, sod it. I'll just fire it. You went above it, you stupid son of a bitch!